I don't care what people say. I think Benny Blanco and Selena Gomez are a good match. And yeah, I'm not going to let the slander get to me. Anyways, let's talk about cameras. So the general kind of premise of this channel is all about taking digital photos and editing them or shooting them in a way that makes them look like film photos. But I thought today I would talk about actual film photos. Today I want to talk to you about my favorite point and shoot film camera, which is the Canon SureShot Telemax. And the reason that this is my favorite point and shoot film camera is because it's the only one I have. I've had this camera for about 7 years and it's gone with me everywhere. I first got this camera when I was a university student. It was just a really fun camera to always have with me whenever I was going out with my friends, whether we're going for hikes, going to the beach, holidays, house parties. This is what I had with me. It was a really fun introduction into film photography. It wasn't my first film camera. I did have a Zenit B SLR camera, which was gifted to me by my friends who are probably watching this video and are like, that's not your first film camera. And you're right, it's not. But this is probably the one I've used the most. Not to say I didn't like that gift. I love that camera. Please don't hurt me. And part of the reason I really like this camera is because it's just easy to use. You don't have to think much about it. You can give it to anyone that doesn't really know much about cameras either. I've been really happy with the quality of photos this camera takes. The lens is quite sharp. And actually, I've taken probably some of my favorite photos ever with this camera. What's really cool about the Telemax camera is that it has two focal lengths. It shoots at 38mm at, I think, f3.6 and at 70mm at f6. This camera also has a built-in flash, which I'll be honest, I haven't actually used that much, so it's something I probably might do a bit more in the future. Seagulls, man. I'm not actually sure how much this camera goes for at the minute, and to be honest, I don't think you need this particular camera to fall in love with point and shoot photography. I think any film camera is okay. I got this from Depop at the time, I think for like maybe 40-50 pounds. It's probably gone up a lot more since then, but honestly I think you can go online, go to secondhand camera shops and buy a really cheap point and shoot camera and recreate very similar photos. So I loaded this camera up with a roll of Fujicolor c200 that was gifted to me by one of my friends because film is so expensive. Thank you, friend. You know who you are. And the first photo I took was of these two people that were actually dancing under this pavilion. They had a little Bluetooth speaker and they were practicing ballroom dancing. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to capture them in the motion of dancing and I was a little bit nervous of kind of lingering too long. Now this photo isn't the sharpest and I don't know if it's because of the low light messed up the shutter speed or if I just had a shaky hand or both. And I was a bit disappointed when I first got it back from getting developed, but the more I look at it, the more I think, you know what, this is what film photography is. It's not perfect, it's raw, and yeah, I think there's a lot of character to this scene. I'm just gonna have to talk through these seagulls, I think. But yeah, we'll give you that ambience. Again, not the sharpest of photos, but I don't think it matters. I think it still gives off the mood that I wanted, and I think the colours and the symmetry here really make this photo. I really like how the colours and the light halation came out in this photo. Very moody, and yeah, this is an example where I had a vision in mind and it came out even better than I expected. So when this camera works, it works. I took a while to try line up the middle of these arches into the middle of the photo, and yeah, I'm quite happy with this photo. The only reason I stopped to take a photo of this cafe was Belcher's Cafe, and it was giving me kind of Bob's Burgers alternate universe vibes. So I went around Brighton train station to see if I could get some photos. What I really like about the station is that there are a lot of windows, and when the light is right, you get some really interesting shadows. This is probably one of my favourite photos I took on this roll, and ironically it is of seagulls. I recently came across this concept of the rule of three, which is having three subjects in a photo to kind of help balance the image a bit. I think it actually really works here with these three guys. By Brighton train station there's this really nice set of windows, and again the light casting through was really quite fascinating to me. I thought this scene had some really interesting geometry. I did spend a while here trying to make sure I got a good composition, and yeah, I think I'm happy with this. Ideally I wouldn't have that car in the way, but there you go, it's how it was. I think I learned quite a lot from this photo walk that perhaps I wouldn't have done if I was using one of my digital cameras. It was a lot of fun using this camera again, and yeah, it did remind me how unforgiving film can be. Yeah, let me know if you enjoyed seeing actual film photography here. I'm definitely very keen to shoot some more. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more photos from me, I am on Instagram at filmfauxtos. Thanks for watching. Bye.